Lightfall has been one of the most controversial expansions ever released for Destiny. It really has players divided, and understandably, because I myself am pretty torn with Lightfall. On one hand, it's got one of the weakest campaign narratives ever for Destiny, and the amount of content that came with Lightfall is far too little for the price tag. But on the other hand, there's some great quality of life stuff that I'm really enjoying, and the little bit of content that's actually here is pretty good from the gameplay side of things. But there's one thing I think is actually saving this expansion for me, and without it, I don't think I'd be enjoying Lightfall nearly as much. Strand is one of the best additions to Destiny in a long time for so many reasons. For one thing, it's unique. Playing with Strand has provided a big shakeup to my gameplay style. Prior to Lightfall, I was falling into some pretty boring builds that, yes, were very strong, but it got old pretty quick. Even with the 3.0 subclass reworks, it just kind of felt like I've been playing the same way for years. And yeah, we got Stasis in Beyond Light, but I'll be honest with you guys, I just don't like Stasis. There's some strong builds with it, and I know some of you might like it, but I could just never get into it personally. But with Strand, I feel like there's so many different ways to do cool shit. It's just fun, like genuinely fun. When I do something like swing in high with a grapple, do a suspend dive on a group of ads, clear the enemies, pick up the Strand cluster ball, Hail Mary that shit like I'm trying to win the Super Bowl, grapple onto it, and follow that up with an AoE melee combo, like, dude, those 15 seconds of gameplay is hitting all the parts of my brain that I need it to. That type of moment-to-moment gameplay feels so impactful because it rewards you for using the abilities efficiently. And I'm not saying I'm a god with Strand or something, anyone can do something like that, but it's the way it makes you feel when you do something like that. And obviously you can get even more creative with it to pull off even crazier combos, and that's another reason why I've been loving it. It's made me really excited to see how other players are making builds with Strand or the type of plays they're able to pull off in PvE or PvP, like these PvP clips I'm about to show you. These first ones are from a channel called Alex, and when I see stuff like this, it just makes me want to go do it myself.
Enemy claims Zone C, double down, 3 opponents down. Fantastic! Power play. Keep the pressure on. Tell them to line up fast. Double down. Make me proud.
Does that not make you want to master Strand so you can pull off cool shit like that? And shout out to Alex for these plays, I'll link their channel in the description below. Now I've had a few similar plays like this with Strand in the Crucible, definitely not as good as these clips, but some decent plays. But when I see things like this, and how other people are able to use the tools that Strand gives us, it just makes me want to improve at the gameplay mechanics of Strand myself, so I can do stuff like this on the regular. But really what it comes down to for me with Strand is, it's unique, it's fun, and you can get really creative with it. I think those are the 3 big pillars that make me say Strand is Lightfall's saving grace. Now I think there's a few other reasons it's generally been received well by most players, and one of the biggest is, it's not really overpowered, which is a stark contrast to when Stasis was released and was pretty broken, just stupidly overpowered. But Strand really isn't broken at all. It's actually balanced for a class that allows you to zip around like Spider-Man. And I gotta say, I'm kind of impressed that Bungie got that balance down pretty well, for PvP and PvE both. And thankfully in this case, when I say balanced, that doesn't mean it sucks either. I think Strand is strong even. And there's a pretty simple build on my Hunter that I've been having a lot of fun with. I call it the Badass Ugly Ass, because this helmet is hideous. It absolutely ruins the drip I prefer on my Hunter. Going from this to this is just depressing. But you know what, it's alright because this build is worth being a little bit ugly. So the build is centered around this helm, the Siderachnes Facade. What this helm does is grant Woven Mail when activating Grapple, and increases flinch resistance while Woven Mail is active. Now Woven Mail is pretty insane because it provides around 60% damage resistance for 10 seconds, and that stacks on top of whatever your current resilience is, as well as other resistance mods, so it's pretty damn good for survivability. So being able to get it whenever you grapple with this helm is really nice, and that flinch resistance is a nice little bonus just kind of tacked on. Now before we even get to the weapons I like to use, we need to take a look at the aspects and fragments real quick. For the aspects, Widow's Silk for that second grenade charge, which will actually be our grapple charge, and Ensnaring Slam. This is our suspend dive ability that is useful for various situations, and probably most importantly, for its ability to stun unstoppable champions. It makes this aspect almost a must, to be honest. Now the fragments is where things get a little bit juicy, and I do tend to kind of mix these up a little bit, but I found a pretty common one I like going with is, first, Threat of Generation. Dealing damage generates grenade energy. This is our grapple of course, so simply dealing damage will recharge our grapple. Threat of Transmutation. While you have Woven Mail, weapon final blows create a tangle. This is good because I won't just be using strand weapons in my build, and this pretty much guarantees tangles from just killing enemies. Threat of Mind. Defeating suspended targets grants class ability energy. This will pretty much let us land the suspend dive, kill all the enemies, and then already have a good amount of recharge for another suspend dive. And lastly, Threat of Ascent. Activating your grenade ability reloads your equipped weapon and grants bonus airborne effectiveness and handling for a short duration. Now pairing this with our ugly helm makes using the grapple just grant us so many temporary buffs. Reloads, airborne effectiveness, flinch resistance, damage resistance. It's just non-stop benefits for us to keep spamming grapple. And everything else in this build works toward getting our grapple back as soon as possible. So there's a lot of synergy going on here. Now the weapons are totally up to you, absolutely as usual, and they change up a little bit if I'm in high level content with champions, but my general build for most content is a Riptide, Funnel Web, and Galahorn. This is the ultimate destruction build for me. Volatile rounds make Funnel Web just nasty right now. Chill Clip Riptide is great for everything, not just champions. And Galahorn is Galahorn, and while there's always a higher DPS option than G-Horn these days, I still think G-Horn is the most fun in most content. But we're about to take on today's Lost Sector, which will make a few tweaks to the weapons, but everything else is the same. It's really volatile rounds that are making things pretty doable right now. Like pairing volatile with all these like threadlings is what makes it pretty good right now. Like just look at how much stuff is on the screen here. You can really feel that damage resist with Woven Mail. Let's just get rid of this guy. And then the volatile rounds, even for DPS, just feels really good. Like you hear all those squishes? That is Woven Mail. It is putting in work right now. Hello? Thank you, finally. Literally the most boring enemy in the entire game. Grapple melee for the win. And we got nothing. So yeah, basically just wanted to say in this video that I love Strand. It's honestly the one thing saving this game for me right now and keeping me playing, because not much else is really pulling me in, to be honest. Everything else is just business as usual for Destiny 2, so hopefully I don't get bored with Strand too soon. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all in the next one.